as African American women, we want to also make sure you're being serious with your doctor and not playing the game so I can take you off work. Because then we see you 25 times in the pregnancy. It's hard to believe that there's a true problem when there's a true problem.
Jackie! Whoa!
Damn.
I apologize. Done with.
You need to leave.
I want you to know I hear you, I see you, I believe you, and I apologize from the bottom of my heart.
Jackie is upset that she was put on blast.
Absolutely.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Alima. I'm so excited to be back, even though this week's episode was kind of like a filler. I am willing to give them grace just because they've been so consistent up to this point with giving us, episodes with some meat. I will say that I do not think that this episode felt like a filler because of Quad's absence. Like, all you Quad fans, I know y'all feel like y'all have, one up right now, but this is not going to be the first time that Quad has been absent. Quad has been a full-time castmate and still, been absent and given us friend of content. You know what I mean? Like, she refuses to. The only time Quad is willing to give up her life, I'm talking about after the divorce, because okay, we can give her credit for putting that on camera. But the only time Quad is interested in, displaying anything going on in her life is when she's winning, is when something good is happening. And I'm not saying, like, we want to see people fail, but like, girl, like, you know what I mean? You only want to show up when you have a leg up on the other ladies, when you have the ability to gloat and look down upon. You know what I mean? And I don't blame you, because it's not like the rest of these ladies aren't the same, They do give up more of their lives. I mean, they are the same in the sense that everyone, likes to show off, and it's very, this show has a very overwhelming theme of elitism. But I'm glad that the show is back. I do feel like it can go on without Quad. Yeah, I just feel like the show can continue without Quad. So anyways, we opened this episode with who do we open with? We open with Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Yeah, comment below how y'all feel about, the comments that Dr. Jackie has made. Like, and I'm really sick of hearing people say how they feel what her intent was. It doesn't matter what her intent was, because it did damage. Like, if I punch you in the face and my intention wasn't to make you cry, but you cry anyways, am I not still at fault? Like, oh, I didn't mean for it to hurt that bad, but I can't tell you that it doesn't hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, the damage is already done. Like, you have a bruise now. Does that make sense? And then another thing I don't like is, oh, her job is really important, you guys. We can't do that. Like, okay, so let's say a grocery bagger at Walmart said the same comments. Do they not need their job any more than Jackie does? Or do they not deserve any more grace than Jackie does because they're a grocery bagger and not a doctor? Like, Just because you're a doctor doesn't, you know, absolve you from being held accountable. And then, like, she never even really took accountability in the first statement when she doubled down, and in that second one in the video. Like, she basically said, she said,
I apologize. I'm done with it.
You didn't say, oh, I don't really believe that black women cry wolf. And then, like, not only that, but even if I do want to get, you know, a doctor's note for work, what does that have to do with you? How does that take away from your payroll? You're still getting paid. Either way, it's money in your pocket, whether I'm really hurting or not. If I'm coming here willing to pay, that's my business.
Sometimes my business ain't your business.
Oh, okay.
So don't be asking me that what I'm doing. Could I have my business to myself sometime?
You know what I mean? Like, why does that have anything to do with you if I want to stay home from work that day? Like, girl, like, and then, like, the way all of them came forward with statements, like, basically supporting her, like, I can't even say I'm surprised. Like, I knew they would do that, and I don't expect them to hold her any type of accountable at this reunion, because I know they're not. Even though I like Dr. Heavenly, I didn't expect her to hold Jackie any kind of accountable because of how she did when Dr. Jackie did that mess to Buffy. Buffy, you should know, you're infertile. And then she sat at that table and said, I apologize, I'm done with it. Like, girl.
Jackie! Whoa! Damn.
Like, you don't. And then, Jackie, you have the nerve to talk about accountability. Like, that's what I don't think I stressed this enough when I was saying that I don't feel sorry for Quad being kicked off the show. Me not feeling sorry for Quad doesn't mean that I feel like the other women are innocent. Let me make that clear. Like, none of these people are innocent. But back to what I was saying, Jackie, you're talking about accountability when you've never been accountable. Like, you literally have a God complex. Like, you literally think you can do no wrong. And I'm just not surprised with you, girl. And another thing I don't understand, like, they say that they need Jackie on the show because she, I can't think of the word right now. So for lack of a better term, she validates or solidifies the show because she's an actual doctor. And I'm like, excuse me, I thought all of y'all went down to the School of Medicine and got y'all's doctorate degrees and medical licenses and board certifications and things of that nature. So why is Jackie more of a doctor than anyone else? Because she gets to talk to Kamala Harris? Okay. I mean, okay, girl. I'm not impressed by Kamala Harris. I'm not. And then Heavenly in this wig, and how it's just like, you know, like, Heavenly, like, you just don't care at all. You know what I mean? Like, Simone has been one of my faves for a while, but this season, like, she's really giving me indigestion. Like, she's just being so stank. And in this confessional,
It's a bit too aggressive. Calm down. Soft strokes only. Okay, then let me tell you.
In this confessional with this struggle bun, like, what is this contraption on top of your head? Like, This bun looks like one of my buns that I would do in the morning in middle school. You know what I'm saying? How when you put your hair in a ponytail and then you fan all the hair out and then put another scrunchie on top and then you kind of like spread it out to like give it the illusion of being more fuller than it actually is, and by the end of the day you have majority of the hair sticking straight up, and then it looks all spaced and gapped out like what Simone has on top of her head. And I'm like, girl, like, I understand that y'all take time out of y'all's workday maybe to come do these confessionals, but you can put, some type of effort forth, especially with the type of better than attitudes that you all carry yourselves with. I would think that y'all would not only care about being number one in your profession, but also everything else in your life. As cocky as you all are, like, what is the purpose of bragging about how much money you make when you don't look like it? And that doesn't mean that you have to have a bust down lace front and head to toe in Gucci, Dior, or Louis. But baby, you could take a rat tooth comb and part it down the middle and press it a little and put some type of effort. Like, you could do a little something. You could do a lot of something actually. But if the excuse is not having time, you could do a little something and we'll take that. But right now, you're not even giving a little nothing, honey. You're not even giving nothing. Like, you and Heavenly, like, what be going on with y'all? I'm surprised y'all don't get along more than y'all do. And the way Heavenly likes to talk about your fashions and your appearance, baby, neither one of you all have the room to talk about one another. Do you hear me? Huh? Neither one of you have room to talk about one another. Both of y'all look a tired mess. And I understand y'all like to talk about how, being older in age does not matter. But baby, if it doesn't matter, then why do you look like it? Why do you have to dress like it? You know what I'm saying? There are youthful looking, stylish dressing, hair laying, makeup beating type of, middle upper age women. And to be on TV, I would think you all would be one of them. Maybe at least a couple of them, maybe. But the only person that seems to give a damn on the doctor side is Jackie. And I hate to have to even give Jackie that, given the sequence of events that have taken place this past holiday season. You know what I mean? Like, and you wouldn't think that it's season 10, like the upgrades have come so late. And as rough as y'all started off looking in the beginning, you would have thought that this show started in 2003. And I'm being generous because I wanted to say 2000. Anyways, I done got off track. Let me get back to so the lady is split into two groups, and Toya, Simone, Alicia, and Phaedra go to the spa for mud baths, and Jackie, Leticia, and Heavenly go to the vineyard. And Jackie, like, why are you so stiff? Like, just because Leticia said, and the charcuterie board thing, like, that's kind of played out because, like, people have been, like, making jokes about how to pronounce it and stuff like that. Even though it didn't make me laugh, like, Jackie, you could still loosen up. Like, you're acting like y'all were in front of like a whole group of people and Leticia just yelled it out and was being like super loud and obnoxious about it. But baby, it was the three of y'all having lunch amongst one another. And then in the same token, you all expect for people to get comfortable enough around you all to share their business. And how am I supposed to ever want to share my business with you if you're judging me off of saying damn charcuterie board? Like, who died and made you the queen of etiquette? Like, girl, can you loosen up? Like, you need to loosen up the way Curtis loosened up and got comfortable in front of the cameras when he brought that lady out to the airport. Ma'am, what else do you need to loosen up? Like, you need to loosen up like the straps on Heavenly's wig when it was sliding back towards the back of her head. You need to loosen up like how y'all cut Quad loose to the wild after y'all done flew her out to California. Oh, and then Leticia, you are talking out of both sides of your face when you're calling these women old and saying that you cannot relate to them because of the age gap. Because newsflash, sweetie, that's not helping you beat those gold digging allegations. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you sit in that confessional and emphasize on the fact that you cannot relate with these ladies, converse with these ladies, fraternize with these ladies because of the age gap? Like, hello, Gregory is their colleague, their friend, like, they're in the same age group. They, you know what I mean? Like, what does that say about how you feel about your husband in your relationship? What did you get with Gregory for? And then, Leticia, I hate to break it to you, not really, but you give off very matronly vibes. Like, you look like what 30 looked like in 2004. Like, 30-year-olds don't look like you in today. You dress like you still shop at Dots. Does anybody remember Dots? That was like Rainbow before Rainbow. You look like you shop at Cato. You know what I mean? You look like you shop at Steinmart. I have Steinmart outside of Texas. But girl, you look like you shop at Dillard's. So the ladies start talking about Dr. Alicia's relationship and her husband, Kemma. They talk about how, like, he's very, has a caveman mentality when it comes to gender. And being African myself, I'm from Malawi, I feel like I have the room to say that if you are African, 9 times out of 10, you grew up with those type of values or roles beat into your head. You know what I mean? And I refuse. I just don't like that line of thinking. And then we flash to Cecil and Eugene, and they're talking about how he's going to have a hard time in this group, and I cannot wait till they rip him a new asshole. But at the same time, Simone, you rubbed me wrong 2 times in this scene. Like, the whole Zamunda thing, like, girl, like, what was that? Like, even Cecil had to correct you. Like, and then he corrected you and you still said it again. Like, as educated as y'all are on this show, y'all sure do a lot of ignorant ass shit. Like, what is wrong with y'all? I can understand how y'all stood behind Jackie. And then we're not even gonna do the whole, I hate that whole Africans versus African American conversation, because I feel like both sides don't want to accept the fact that both sides have a superiority complex. Like, both sides think they're better than the other. And I feel like all of y'all just need to stop. Like, I feel like whether you're Black in America or whether you're Black in Africa, like, both experiences are beautiful, and both experiences, you know, deserve to be platformed, and there's fault on both sides to be had as far as how we receive each other. And a lot of it is to blame on colonizations. Like, if you think about it, like, in America, they think Africa is poor because all that is broadcasted of Africa is, you know, feed the children. And then in Africa, they think that if you're Black in America, you must be uneducated because all that's broadcasted of Black America is, you know, drug dealers and prostitutes and things of that nature. So I feel like both sides just need to drop it. And I just really didn't like that comment. Like, again, Simone, like, you're really rubbing me the wrong way.
Stress and
So they started talking about Phaedra in her life, and we get a real honest moment from Phaedra for the first time. And I have to agree with the other YouTubers that I like to watch when they say that there was no point in Phaedra coming back if we weren't going to get an update on where she is since that fateful reunion. So, and I don't like how, like, they're not even mentioning it because they're never scared. And I'm not a Candy fan, but they're never scared to ask Candy or bring it up to Candy, like, would you ever work with Phaedra again? So if we're gonna do all that, we may as well, you know, get her perspective on the aftermath, and maybe get her to take some sort of accountability, put her in a hot seat, because, like, we already know that the whole doctor boyfriend she's supposed to have is a sham, and this whole holistic medicine to give her some sort of validity on this show. If we're going to go along with that BS, we may as well, you know, have some real stuff in there, like the stuff we really want to know. You know what I mean? Simone pissed me off when she said, but you're going to be lonely. Like, you're not lonely right now because you're like, Simone, aren't you lonely over there? Because you may as well be by yourself. Weren't you ready to get a divorce? Like, what were you planning on doing after you got a divorce from Cecil? Because I don't know who you were gonna find and grow old with. Y'all, who were you gonna get after Cecil? Was Jackie gonna leave Curtis and then y'all were gonna finally come out the closet and you know, walk down the sunset together. Like, you're lonely right now and you're married. Huh? Like, you and Cecil, you said that y'all are never on the same page. I thought to be in a marriage was to be one. You know, y'all are supposed to be one page. So there's no way y'all cannot be on the same page. Like, girl, like, you really are talking out of your ass. And not the one on your backside. The ass right here. This asshole right here. There's a lot of bullshit coming out of it. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's up with you, girl. And then they asked Phaedra if her kids like knew about how they split up. And I can appreciate Phaedra saying that she would like her kids to form their own opinion about their father. At this dinner, Jackie just so happens to discuss her conversation with Kamala. And it is just so ironic at the timing of the events. Like, it just feels like the conversation Jackie went to have with Kamala was not sincere. It was just a attention grab, a good look on her resume, you know, a check off of her to-do list, her goal list. You know what I'm saying? Like, she had that conversation just because it was a good look and just because, you know, Black trauma and Black issues are trendy right now. You know, and that's sad to say because Black pain and Black mortality is not a trend that you just, you know, latch onto for a boost in your career. Like, you didn't even, you know, need to do anything. You didn't even need that conversation to, you know, boost your public persona. Like, you're already regarded highly. Like, maybe you should have picked a different topic to speak about, you know, something that you identify more with, because it's clearly not Black women and their pain. So I just feel like it was very rich of you, knowing how you felt on the inside, knowing those comments you made that directly contradict the very conversation that you went to sit down to have with Kamala Harris. Like, you don't believe any of the things that you were talking about. So I don't understand how you can call yourself an advocate of such. Like, you really need to be humbled. And I want to say that I feel like this situation will or has humbled you, but I don't believe that because there's too many people making excuses for you. So there's no way you're ever going to feel the true weight of what you said. And I'm just disappointed in everyone on this cast, honestly, when it comes to that situation. So I'm gonna move on because y'all done pissed me off. Oh, and another thing, Jackie, y'all started talking about how, or go around asking if y'all regret what happened over this trip. And
We're gonna ask you to leave.
Jackie, it was rich for you to say or even mention the word accountability to come out of your mouth. And then you said it costs nothing to be good to everybody. Just like it would cost nothing for you to write a simple doctor's note to excuse someone from work and mind your business because it has nothing to do with you in your pockets. Just like it costs you nothing to have a little bit of empathy for women who look like you. Just like it would cost you nothing to say, hey, there's no excuse for what I said. There's no explaining it. It was just dumb and ignorant. Just like it would cost you nothing to get the stick out of your ass. Like, I don't understand. I really admire Heavenly and the lawyer's relationship. Like, it seems like Alora feels like she knows that she can always talk to Heavenly, even though Heavenly may be a handful at times. Like, I love that she grew up with a good relationship with her parents, because a lot of Black kids can't say the same. You know what I mean? And I feel like my generation is doing a good job at trying to reverse some of the things that our parents may have done that they weren't able to reverse, that their parents did to them, and so on and so forth. Like, there's so many generations to go back and fix. But yeah, they start talking about Heavenly and her sister. And I feel like if Heavenly isn't going to give us anything else, like with Damon, she needs to give us that. Next season, we need to see the breakdown between Heavenly and her sister. Like, we need to see that relationship play out on camera, like, because Heavenly and Jackie have been, getting by. So now we go to the doctor's office with Leticia, and she gets the news about her and her ability to have children or lack thereof. And I feel like people could be giving her a bit more grace. I understand that she got into Gregory's DMs and said, I can give you a baby, or whatever she said. But let's not act like the reason why Quad didn't give Gregory any children was because she was unable to. At least, if that's the case, we, the public, did not know. Therefore, Leticia couldn't have known that. So it's not like she said that as a dig at Quad not being able to have children. So to say that what she's going through right now is, karma in a sense, is kind of weird, because she was just saying that she could give him a baby because maybe she actually wanted to give him a child. You get what I'm saying? Versus Quad, she did not want to. It's not that she wasn't able, she just did not want to. And we're not going to act like we didn't know or feel that as the audience. You know what I mean? So I feel like we could give Leticia a bit more grace. But I will say that I have to agree with, shout out to Rodney the Voice, how he said that he feels like, and I also feel like, Leticia, this was not your first time receiving this information. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like for as long as you say this issue has been going on, this is not your first time knowing of this. And but it seems like, if I'm not mistaken, even though you have these issues, you're still able to produce eggs. So there is still always an option for you to have children. It may not come about the way that you always dreamed and hoped it would, but there is still hope nonetheless. as far as I know. Maybe I should do more research, but I just want to speak that positivity over you, given the fact that you have so many people saying that, you know, that you deserve this. And no, I don't feel like anybody deserves to receive that news. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was really sad. That was sad. So that's all for this episode. I'm really glad to be back. I hope you guys watch. Please like, please comment, you guys. I would really like to see feedback on how I'm doing on these videos. It's just nice to have, you know, some dialogues, a baseline, you know, of how I can improve or what I should keep doing, what you guys like, what you guys don't like. Just let me know, and please come back, and thanks for watching.